Well, COVID-19 has taught us that you really have to be fit and healthy to stand a better chance of fighting the deadly virus. That's been a bit difficult, though, with gyms being shut down for the first couple of months of the lockdown. But that changed under level 2. Personally, I've struggled to restart my workout routine, but there are ways to get back into it the right way without hurting yourself. Let's find out now more from JJ Rousseau from Ignite Fitness. JJ, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great to have you.
Awesome.
So many of my friends and I, and many South Africans are finding it difficult to get back into that gym routine, especially because we were all lazy and binge eating during the lockdown. How do you get back into it properly?
So the key for the individual, so you really need to decide, listen, why am I going to the gym? So for different people, be different things. For some people, it's, listen, I want to meet up with people again, socialize. For most people, it's I want to get into shape. For a lot of people, it's just to try and get active. Some people, it's vitality points. So you've got to perfectly just find out, listen, this is why I'm here, and then you're going to set your goals from there. So that's the key thing. Don't just go in there, look and think, okay, no, I'm just going to jump into this. Decide what you want to do.
Yeah. So obviously going back, many people were strong before they left the gym. They think they're strong going back into it. So do you start with cardio or weights, or do you do both?
Okay, so this is obviously something that's argued quite a lot, and for me personally, you've got to find the balance, all right? So weights, personally, I prefer that type of training. It burns more calories, as you'd also know in our training. The cardio is very important, obviously, for people new to the gym that haven't done weight training, because weight training, it takes a while for your joints to get used to everything. So it's really important to find the balance. Too much cardio, your body tends to want to slow down its metabolism, which is actually the opposite of what you want it to do. Because, so you've got to try and find a happy medium. And you can also do that with your HIIT classes, even your studio classes. If you want to do dance, Zumba, you've got to find that balance. So that's important.
So since you mentioned classes, I have to ask you whether it's advisable for people to go to these classes in the beginning, or start off with a personal trainer, or just go it alone.
Yeah. For me personally, what I would suggest is classes is probably a good place to start, because they cater to the larger audience and to most members. So it's a good place to start. It builds the foundations of your training. So it's going to work on your core. It's going to get your joints nice and used to the training. Because personal trainers often push you past that initial stage. So personal trainers, I know one thing that annoys them or could irritate them is if they don't have a client they can work with. So if you're coming fresh, you've never trained before, personal trainers can get a bit frustrated. So build that base up in the classes, your HIIT classes, and those type of things. And then once you feel like your body's into things, a personal trainer can help push you to those specific goals.
So we've spoken about people who were training before the lockdown and now getting back to it. But what about those who are starting to work out now because they realize the importance of being fit and healthy during a time of COVID-19?
Yeah, so no, it's vitally important. I mean, as we have seen, your health and obviously your immune system is going to be vitally important. So I think for everyone, coming into the gym, obviously the first thing, try and find something that attracts you. So find something that's fun, entertaining in the gym. If it's a group class, if you enjoy lifting weights with your friends, if you enjoy that group environment, join those groups. So find that something fun, so you become consistent, and then you're going to get those results. So I think that's really key. Find something fun that's going to draw you back to the gym.
Yeah, and talking about results, it's really a lot about food and not just working out. Because you can work out as much as you want, but if you're not eating properly, you're still going to have a little waistline, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So regarding that, I think what a lot of people, they've got to try and keep it really basic and simple. Quality over quantity works best. And just a small tip is portion sizes. A lot of people get that wrong. You could be having great quality food, but if you're having it just before bed, it's not really going to help much. So really got to focus on having smaller portions later in the evenings and your bigger ones in the morning.
So there is light at the end of the tunnel, guys. We're going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for that. JJ Rousseau from Ignite Fitness.